Hey everybody. Um, it's 2 days after the election now, and they're still claiming they don't know who's won. Down to 3 or 4 states that Trump has decided that he thinks there's some illegal voting going on, which of course there is. There has always been illegal voting going on in every election. You can't stop it. At one year, I remember they were hauling buses. They had hired a bunch of buses to come in and haul people from from one state, I think it was, to another state, and then they would get out in another state and vote again. And they hauled them to several different places to do this in one election. But of course, there's illegal votes being cast. There always has been. And they do everything in their powers to ensure that does happen. The Republican Party, they're not beyond doing things like that, that's for sure. But right now, Trump has filed lawsuits, I guess, in four states, I think it is now, 4 states, demanding a recount on all the votes because he says, he don't want anybody that's died and no longer living to be able to vote in this election. They shouldn't be able to vote, which everybody agrees to. If somebody's dead and gone, then they don't get to vote. But it happens every election, folks. Every election. There's always dead people voting, folks. They do it all the time. But anyway, what's funny about it is he's demanding these votes to be recounted because for the last year we've had everybody that's died of COVID, which what were they saying in America? It's now 2 million people or something. I don't even know. I don't keep up with it anymore. But all these people that didn't die from anything else last year or this year but COVID, he wants to make sure none of their names voted. Which, I can agree with him. I'm sure that's happened many a times. But when they start counting them votes, he might just be cutting his own throat. He might find out there's more Republicans that voted that way instead of Democrats. But he's trying to make it look like the Democrats have voted that way, that the Democrats had done all the illegal stuff to try to win an election. This whole thing might blow up in his face and even take away some of what he thinks he's already got. Who knows? It's 2020. Anything's possible. They've proven that to us all year. Anything's possible. And people, you got to understand, this is the beginning of the finale of 2020. This whole election and this, who knows how long it's going to take them to make up their minds on who won this election. We might be sitting here 2 weeks from now and still not know. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. Not even with the Shad thing down there in Florida when the Republicans stole the election for George Jr. Bush. Nothing like this. I mean, it went on a little bit, but it wasn't. I don't even think it went on much past a day or so, and they just called the election, said it was done and over with. But these people, they're going to stretch this horse and pony show out. They've had a year of convincing you of so much crap. They've got to convince you and keep you thinking your vote counts. They've got to keep you thinking that. And people, you might as well own up to it. Looks like Biden put the Trump train right off the rails. And you know what, people? If that's true, then so be it. But all of you that voted for Biden, don't come crying when he does exactly what he said he was going to do. Don't come crying to us when he raises your taxes so much you all got to live under the same roof, or your whole family, from your grandparents to the babies, everybody's going to end up living under the same roof. That's what socialism does. It'll be like with my father. You know, you go down here, your health care will be, they'll decide whether you're going to get help or not. And if you're like my father, you go down here to the hospital, you're already on oxygen at 90 years old and can't breathe. And they're telling you, well, you're going to take this daggone coronavirus test and you're going to let us shove this thing up your nose until it breaks through whatever it's breaking through. And you're going to do this, or we're going to let you sit there and die. That's socialism for you folks. It'll be the government deciding, oh, well, you're 60 years old. You're almost ready to retire. There's no reason to fix your heart. You've already outlived your needed. You're being needed. So we're going to go ahead and say, nah, on the heart, heart surgery. You just need to go home and deal with it. This is the kind of stuff you get from a socialist healthcare system, people. They decide who lives and dies. So all I can say to you, all the people that love Biden, love what he stood for, love the fact that his son is a criminal and following right in his footprints, you all going to get what you got coming. You gave consent to evil, and evil's going to be your master. And it wouldn't matter if Trump would have won. I'd be saying the same thing to the Trump people. Because all they did was they went out here day before yesterday and they showed the world that they still give consent to a corrupted, evil government that has no intent of doing America any good. No intent. They already own everything. They stole all the gold. All the money's gone. Hell, that stuff you walk around in your pocket you think is money ain't nothing but a promissory note. And they can take that away at any time. 16th Amendment, you can't own property in this country if you're a citizen of it. Now, somebody outside of that, say a big shot China official or a big shot Russian official or a big shot European official can come over here and buy property and own it outright. But not you as a citizen. Hell, China bought 4 deep water ports in Washington State from Bill Clinton when Bill Clinton was president. And they own several cities up there around those ports. It's a fact, people. Look it up. Deep water ports. That's military ships and big shipping ships. But from what they show, it's mostly military ships that they keep in there. We have China warships parked on our coast, on the West Coast. Prove me wrong. You guys, this election's going to be over, but nothing's going to change. and it didn't matter who won. So whether Biden wins or Trump wins, there's no reason to cry about it now. You gave your consent already. It's over. It's a democracy, people. They only needed 51% of you to vote. 51% controls the 49% other percent. That's a democracy. That's how it works. And I'm sure 51% of you voted the other day. And it didn't matter for who. Only that you did vote. So, whoever comes out, there ain't nothing going to change. So, you guys, all I can say, man, you keep giving evil consent. One day it's going to be too late. You're going to be able to take it back. You won't be able to take it back, people. You keep associating with evil. If you run with whores, you will be a whore. And there is no one in Washington, D.C. that isn't a money whore. No one. And Trump, for damn sure. Just go look at the pictures of his Trump Towers. Everything inside is 24 karat gold. If that man don't have a love for money, then no one does. No one. And that is why money is the root of all evil. It's not the cash, the money itself. It's when the people fall in love with that money, the love of money, over the love of God, and they show it. Trump shows he loves money. His big plane, his, everywhere he goes, everything he does, he shows he loves money, not Jesus. He don't even believe in Jesus. He's a Zionist Jew. He believes that the Messiah hasn't came yet, just like the rest of the Jewish people. They don't believe in Jesus Christ was the Lord and Savior. And if you don't go, you can't get to God without going. You can't get to the Father without going through the Son. You can't do it. And, I mean, that's what it's all about. The Son gave his life on the cross, sacrificed for all of us. And if you don't believe that, you can't never get to the Father. You can't never get to the heaven because you got to go through the Son. People, I don't make up these rules. I didn't make them up. But they seem to be some pretty good rules if you want to live right and do the right thing. So better than trying to live by man, what man wants. Some of the most perverted, sick crap I've ever heard in my life a human being has done. Blows my mind. Embarrasses me to be part of the human race on some of these people and what they do to their own kids. To their own kids, flesh and blood, family. Just blows my mind. But, well, people, hopefully we'll hear something by tonight or within the next couple of weeks when Trump gets through throwing his lawyers around, throwing more money at this shit. Then I guess we'll see what the Patriots are going to do. Because Patriots all sat back and bitched and moaned about all the burning and the rioting and the protestings, the illegal protestings that were going on throughout the country and how that's all the Democrats that were doing it. Well, if Biden's put in that White House, let's see what kind of damage the Republicans are willing to do. Because they all claim to be the patriots. They all claim to be the oath keepers, the oath takers, the 3%ers, the militias, the veterans. That's who they all claim to be. How you think they're going to act? I guess we'll have to wait and see. That may become the finale of 2020. We'll have to wait and see how the movie spans out. The horse and pony show. See which way they're going. turn us next. Hang on to your seats, people. It's going to get rough. May God bless us all, because we're going to need it. Good day.